good time to test the 12.3.4 going home. There are a couple of gauntlet here in downtown Seattle that the previous version .3 failed, and want to see if it works. Let me set this thing up. I need to make sure the destination is home and give.
Now turn left onto Bell Street.
Yeah. Want to give the software a chance to sync. Need to get out of here. Interestingly, the FSD won't engage if the car is parked. So, I'm not sure if it's gonna see the traffic. Alright. He needs to go forward. Alright, go. So this is the first gauntlet. Needs to turn left.
Now turn left onto Bell Street.
But it always picked the wrong lane. So I don't get my hope up. It's a great day though. Nice weather. Maybe the full self-driving software god will make this happen this time. It needs to stay on the left lane when I make a left turn. I mean, what is my mode? I am in average. Supervised profile is average. Alright, so here we go. I am recording, right? Alright, so here we go. I need to make a left turn. Make a left turn. Hey! It did it this time. This is the right lane.
Now
nice
turn left
nice
onto
win.
Fifth Avenue.
Nice win 4.4. Okay. Wow, I did not expect it will pass that gauntlet. Great job. So that's one down.
In 500 feet, bear right to stay on Fifth Avenue.
So it always chooses the middle lane here, and this is where it's gonna get in trouble later on.
Now bear right to stay on Fifth Avenue.
We have many blocks ahead of us before we hit the Spring Street, which I believe, yep, that's the Spring Street. So it's gonna try to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 blocks away. It's gonna try to make a left turn onto Spring, but almost always the left lane is blocked by traffic, and I can still see it's kind of orange right now. So there's definitely stop and go traffic on Spring, and we also have construction work going on here, which will make a big mess, but it's a great way to test the full self-driving. What is going on here? So there's merging lane in front of us, looks like. Should not be a problem. Wow, that was great win back there. So the .3 12.3.3 always fail. Every time I try back there, it will pick the wrong lane, go into the bike lane on the right side. But today, 12.3.4, it did the right thing. Let's see if it will stay consistent next time. I'm gonna do it again a couple times, so it's not a fluke. Okay, I'm gonna stop recording and I'll re-engage. Maybe I'll just keep it going. I think I have enough. I have enough space. Okay, now you see that traffic on the right side is trying to merge in. Let's see what it does here. All right, that is the right move. So it let the BMW in, and then here's just a big mess. All right, it really handled that well. It let the 3 cars in a row to cut in front of us, right, merging in. It's a great one. Let me move forward a little bit so the pedestrians behind me can get past. But it really handled that well. Great job. Now I'm glad that I didn't stop the recording. I would have missed that. Wow, okay, this is a big mess. What are they doing? They changed this into a single lane. Oh my god. Okay, it's gonna stop so we don't block the street. Let's see if we make it. We should go forward. Okay, you saw that? Okay. Do you see the cone? Don't run into the cone, please. Alright, it handled that well. There's a yellow cab behind me. It did not freak out. Workers hard work, working on something. Is it a sewage pipe? Can you imagine one day this get replaced by robots? That would have been really sad. I don't think that's gonna happen for another 30-40 years. Robots doing construction work in the street. That's a lot of autonomy that you have to figure it out. So actually, now that we're forced to go to the left lane, luck is on our side today, unless this car does something stupid and go to the right. We should stay in this lane if you want to. Watch out for this guy. Okay, I did notice the car slowed down just a little bit in anticipation of that guy. I think the software wasn't sure if the guy will make a move and cross the street. So it did pause just a little bit. Not very jarring at all. Okay, looks like we're staying in this lane, which is the right thing to do. I would be really sad if it moves out of this lane at this point, because we're only 3 to 4 blocks away. I think 3 more blocks. Coming up to University. Okay, this is if you want to go north. You want to take the University, but we are 2 more blocks to go, and then we make a left. So we locked out today because there's no traffic, therefore there's no backup in this lane. Normally, this whole left side is backed up all the way 2 blocks out. Like here in University, it would just be full of cars. So if my car decides to go into the middle lane, there's no way in hell that we're going to be able to get in. And I would like to see what happens with this person. Is it smart enough to reroute to Marion?
In 500 feet, turn left onto Spring Street.
Yep, there you go. Not this one. This is Seneca, which is one way, wrong direction. We need to go to the next and turn left. Oh, this is interesting. This poses an interesting challenge. Interesting. So, looks like the work crew is setting this thing up for full self-driving beta tests. So, looks like they're doing some kind of work. So there's cone on the left side, is rerouting the traffic So we need to get to the intersection and then make a left. I assume it's still open. But it has a sign says no turn on red, which hopefully it won't try to make a left turn on a red light. I don't think it can read the text. So I'm not sure what it's gonna do. After this, actually, if we're going on to spring, then I won't be able to test the next gauntlet, which is merging onto I-5. Okay, man, there's some traffic going on here.
Now turn left onto Spring Street.
I'm gonna let it do its thing. We should make a left. Good. And then we need to make a right. Just follow the traffic. You're doing great. Just follow the traffic.
Now turn right to take the ramp.
Alright, let's take the ramp. Alright, you did it. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Alright, so no taking over, no intervention. So far, it's passing with flying color. Got a little bit lucky because lack of traffic. I don't expect you to run into a problem here. Need to make it left. Okay. I need to speed up a little bit. I still think the speed limit is 25 for some reason. I need to go with the flow, man. So I have to speed up the car. Now it sees the speed limit sign somewhere.
Keep left toward Interstate 90.
It was going a little bit too slow back there. It still thinks that we're at the we're in 35 miles zone. But we're on freeway.
Now keep left.
Nicely done. Very smooth. No hesitation. This Model S is a lot wider. So I don't know, maybe it's just me. I feel like it turning into the corner at a higher speed than the Model 3. It could be just my perception, but yeah, right now it's going 61 miles an hour at a 60 mile zone. So I think the algorithm of trying to keep up with the traffic probably still needs some adjustments. Coming to downtown this morning, sometimes it's still going too slow and it's staying on the left lane, so I had to move out of the way. Right now it's doing fine, looks like, staying with the flow. 64 miles an hour, so it's not just stuck at the speed limit. It's the right thing to do. Gorgeous day in Seattle on a Friday, no less. Really happy to pass the first test. I will forgive the software not being able to merge into Spring because it really will literally require the software to look ahead almost 8 blocks ahead of the nav, and the route planning software needs to plan like almost 8 blocks ahead of time and move and stay in the left lane in order to be able to turn into Spring. I'm willing to overlook that, but the last problem that I have with the 12.3.3 is once I get onto the Marion, turn left and then head onto on-ramp to I-5. My last video showed that it missed the merge, and if I didn't take over, it would have drove itself into the middle of the concrete, the dividing section. So that would have damaged the car. So I'm very curious if they managed to fix that in this latest version. It's a little bit surprising that it can't figure that out. There's a Model Y behind me. Tailgating almost. Oh, I'm going pretty fast. Wow, nice Corvette right there, a blue Corvette. And that's the Model Y that was behind me. Yes, he was done, stuck behind me. Yeah, if you have passenger, why don't you just go to HOV lane, unless he was just breaking the law. There's a lot of people actually does that, and there was a crackdown, I think a couple of days ago. I saw a bunch of cars got pulled over. So if you want to take the risk, you're gonna have to bear the consequences. The rest of the trip should be just a relaxing drive back. Shouldn't be anything that will screw up the FSD. Yeah, it's getting really close. If you can figure that out, you know, definitely looks like it fixed some minor issues from the 3.3. Give it another, what, a year? Yeah. If we can handle downtown Seattle traffic, it's getting close. I certainly can take this to most of the, you know, the urban area destination without much issue. So I'm just hoping in one of the next releases, they're gonna update the software to self-parking. You know, go all the way end to end. When that happens, that really can change the game. Folks that are, you know, disabled or elderly can one day just hop into one of the Tesla's cars and just set the destination. The car will just take them and park, let's say the QFC or, you know, Starbucks. They don't have to do anything. Supposedly August 8th, if it's this year, will allow that to happen. So there should be more updates to the software. I expect there's going to be several iterations of the software from now till August at least that will make, you know, not just small bug fixes. Hopefully there will be more features like the self-parking. And I wonder if they need to replace the highway driving. I thought highway driving is still in the old stack. What is this car doing? Okay, so I see. It's just trying to merge, get ready for the 405 interchange, which is coming up. So slow down with the traffic, merging in behind that car. I would probably do the same thing. I just wasn't sure what it was doing. So far, no intervention. I still need to adjust the speed sometimes to speed it up most of the time, especially when somebody's behind me. But, you know, I didn't have to do it. It would have been perfectly fine. I said earlier that it feels like there's a period of time where when I first download the software, it seems like the software is trying to getting used to this this car, and there's a period of adjustment almost. I think the first time I drove it, it missed the stop sign, and the drive feels a little bit more jerky than my Model 3. So not sure if that's hardware related because it's an older model, 2018, or it was just part of the software trying to adjust itself. But oh, here's actually there's another gauntlet in the previous version. You'll see later on. We need to stay here and merge onto 520, so we're on 405. We're on 405 heading north. Wow, where did the traffic come from? Later on, it should stay in the lane, and I think at least the version 11, and maybe even the 12.3.3, it somehow got confused and exited the 405, and then it had to come back in to the freeway. So, wow, that was a pretty jarring stop. There's plenty of space. The stop was a little bit late for my taste. Now it's moving to the left. Interesting choice. Now it's making another left. So this is average, by the way. This is not assertive. Trying to get around all these traffic slow down, looks like. So we won't have a chance to. Somebody is honking somebody. Well, that guy's not happy. He may have got cut off. Yeah, let's see what happens when there's road rage, right? Okay, the car needs to move 3 lanes to the right. I don't know why my car slowed down. That was a bug. I think it saw the car on my right coming over, so maybe it was anticipating that car is trying to merge into my lane, but he didn't have the turn signal on. I don't think. I have to go back and look at the video. So now it has to move 3 lanes to the right. Come on. Move, move, move. 2 lanes. Not 3. Okay, decide not to stay behind this big truck, but it needs to move to the right soon. When are you going to do that? Okay, it's deciding to do it right now, which is fine. Alright, so we made it. There's a little bit of a hiccup back there. I don't know if you can see from the video, but it didn't have to slow down. It slowed down quite a bit. It was going 60. And I think it slowed down to, what, 40? And luckily, when I look in the rear view mirror, there's no car behind me. I did not intervene, so it's still doing full self driving. I did have to, technically, I did intervene. I did press on the gas to speed up the car. See that? I think we're going a little slow. That Audi was not happy, so it passed me. Oh, the good old Audi drivers and BMW drivers. You know what they say about those drivers? Yeah.
Take the Washington 520 East ramp on the right.
No patience.
Now take the Washington 520 East ramp on the right.
So I will give it
Take the Washington 520 East ramp
a
on the
skill
left.
1, 2, 5, 5 being the best. Probably 4. It won't be 4.5 because that slowdown on highway back there, that's a little bit dangerous. Here's another section where I think the previous version is smart enough to get out of the HOV lane. So if I stay here, I'll be in the HOV lane. So it should move to the left, which it does. Cool. So yeah, before I got the software upgrade on this car, I tested with the version 11, and the lane change back there, that does not happen. So it will just stubbornly stay in the HOV lane until I tell it to move. So the version 3.3 and now the 3.4 both realizes somehow that it needs to move one lane over to get out of the HOV lane, which is really nice. So from here on, just a straight shot back home. I don't see any issues. There's no car behind me, so I can just take it easy. Right now it's going about 66 miles an hour. Great job. I still think that it's not quite ready for my wife. She gets a little bit nervous, especially I can just imagine if she was in the car back there on the freeway when the car slowed down. I think she would be very nervous. So that's one strike, one spouse strike. What else? I think that's about it. That's probably the major adjustment that I have to make today on this trip. No other surprises. You know what will be really, really cool is, I don't know if you guys remember, there's one scene in, what was that movie? If you were here, what was that movie? Yeah, it's in the future where the taxi driver was a robot. Yeah, that would have been really cool. I still feel, I don't know, as a passenger, I would feel okay to get into a car where there's no wheel and no driver. I still think that even if your software is 99.99% right, there's that 0.1% edge case, and typically that is the time when human needs to take over. And if you don't have a remote operator or a wheel How can you get out of that jam? I just don't know. At the very least, should have a remote operator to be able to communicate with you, right, in real time. Who knows? Maybe a robot will answer a call. So the robot will be driving a robot. I see a white Tesla Model S on the right side. That looks like a newer model. It's not a plaid or anything, but still, it looks so beautiful. I think the design is classic, beautiful, even today. Alright, we're approaching the end of 520 and it connects to Avondale. Minor quirk, but yeah, overall not bad. 4 out of 5. If I'm being picky, I'll probably give it 3.5 out of 5 because it was a little bit dangerous on that freeway, slowing down for some weird reason. Yeah, I'm pretty sure, I have to go back and look at the video. I'm pretty sure if that car on my right did not approach me as I recall, it was approaching the next lane a little bit too fast, and I think the car's camera picked it up and looked at the trajectory of the car, and it may have predicted that the car was trying to cut in, so it may try to slow down to let the car in, but that car right away you know, didn't make any move. It was surprisingly, it was not speeding up either, so we're kind of in parallel. So that was kind of an edge case. But that's my theory of why my car slowed down. Is there was a car merging from the right side. I wonder what it would do if there's a car behind me. Yeah, the only other critique I will have for today's trip is sometimes it stops a little late. So it you know, if you will definitely feel it, and I can imagine my wife will probably, you know, say something about it. So not quite ready for my spouse. On a probably regular freeway drive, if there's not a lot of traffic going on, probably okay. I think she'll be fine. And some, you know, short local street driving to a destination, I think that's fine. But overall, I think it's getting closer. Definitely see the difference. I wish I can retrofit my car with a cabinet camera. This is a 2018 model that doesn't have the cabinet camera, so I can't have a live view in the Sentry mode, which is really a big bummer. I still feel that's just the software, right? Like, I don't care if I look at it inside the car. I care about outside the car, the surrounding, and I don't understand why they cannot offer that as for this model year. I mean, clearly it can see things because I can record it, right? So what is the big deal of providing an uplink? probably go to the right lane. Get out of the way. Alright, so this is the first time I'm able to take this car, put it in full self driving, literally right outside my work's garage, and drive completely autonomously. Well, I have to have my hands on the wheel, but that's about it. But drove me all the way home. This is the first time. And it happens on a great day. Friday, sunny in Seattle. You can see right in front of me here, there's a bicyclist, and yeah, it does the usual thing to give it just a little bit more room, so that's normal. Getting close.
In 1 mile, turn right onto Northeast 132nd Street. Right onto Northeast 132nd Street.
Whoa, what's going on here? Traffic jam. Here? Huh. I never see this happen. Guess everybody is heading home early. More worker. That's why. So one lane. Okay, this is actually a good test. Go to the left. Going slow. Okay. I do remember back in version 11 maybe, it still had problem figuring out the cone and the route around construction
In 500
zone.
feet, turn
So,
right onto Northeast 133rd
You saw back there,
Street.
there's no problem negotiating around one lane. It didn't freak out. Oh yeah, I think in my previous version,
Now
it
turn right onto
get confused
Northeast
because
133rd Street.
it realizes that it is forced to go into the other side of the street, the other lane, which is not supposed to, and so the car get a little bit schizophrenic. But back there, it just handled it like a champ, no problem. So today's actually a interesting trip back home. We saw a little bit of everything. I just wish the traffic a little bit heavier. On the freeway was quite heavy, more than I anticipated on 405, but downtown Seattle was kind of light, so I didn't get a chance to see if the software will reroute itself. It can't turn on screen, but yeah, this is the first time the software drove me home by itself without intervention. Good job. Alright, that's it. I'm gonna stop the recording. Thanks for watching. If you watch all the way till now, thank you. Have a great weekend.